recording right now.
Oh, okay. Cut. So, me and Rob have known each other since back in 1990 something. No, 80, whatever, 1980s, 90s. For 25 years now, quarter of a century. We got to know each other for a decade in good old Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Yeah, me and Rob have known each other lots of years. We had to come outside and get some air. It's crazy hot inside. No more inside, ever. So, with all those years of knowing each other, then growing apart, we have realized in this past, 2 months now, hanging out again, that those old laughs where you learn about a person, they're still there. I don't know, I find that a very unique thing about each other. Our personality's still there. Rob brings me down to a level calm and cool, where I'm a little hyperactive and crazy, and we bring each other at both levels. I learned that on the mountain, definitely, when we were climbing Indian Graves Ridgeline. I definitely learned that you watch for each other's levels of you're respecting each other. I can climb and lean over a cliff edge, be safe about it, know my limits, and I don't know, that's sort of thrill seeking to a lot of people, but to me, I know I'm safe. I'm not trying to, I know you can slip and fall, but I don't know, I'm a monkey. I climbed trees growing up with Rob. We've climbed a lot of trees together. We got up to the top, like almost the top of the mountain. Rob's he told me, sorry for saying this on camera, Rob, but he's a little afraid of heights. And he's been crazily going out of his way, getting closer to going out of his heights. And I've never had that, right? I've always been my mom used to tell me we'd hike big mountaintops in Banff with the whole family, and me and Justin, my cousin, would run to the top of the mountain, and she would be having a heart attack saying, oh, he's dead. And I got in trouble. But anyways, I've always had that. So now, having a friend like Rob, which we always do crazy things, but to know to slow down a bit and take an easier edge and realize you can't just full-time engage push people and go hard in life, it's been a very value enriching thing to learn and see and be stoked about.
It has been a long time since we've seen each other, and 16, 17 years, and growing up, Ray and I and my brother, we used to get into a lot of trouble, and it was just every single time, and it didn't matter what it was. And what I remember about that the most is Ray's laugh, and he's told me the same, that he remembers my same laugh. We haven't seen each other in how many years, and we both have the same personalities as we did when we were younger. Of course, we're older, and I'm totally stealing Ray's words right now, and we're a lot older, we got deeper voices, and we're more mature human beings. But you're always the same person at heart, from basically from birth, from what you came from and what you grew up with. You always basically stay the same. And what's extra about guys like us that I find, and other friends that I've met, is that you have those friendships where you can just kind of come right back to it and click again. And it doesn't take very much time. Sometimes it's a moment. Sometimes it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But you click back there again without having this awkwardness and not knowing what to say to the person. So up at the cliff edge, I was pretty afraid. When I was younger, I wasn't afraid of heights. I was climbing trees, like Ray said. We were climbing trees, jumping off of them. I was spraining my ankles constantly, but I'm gonna be scared of heights, and I was. A few years ago, I started scaffolding, and I got used to heights again at that point, and I was good. And a few years later, I noticed that my fear of heights came back, and
You lose it.
Yeah,
you lose your sense of edge. Sorry for interrupting your video, but that makes so much sense. You do. you lose your sense of edge, right?
Yeah.
Because even framing, I did it awesome. I'm on cribbing walls and up on high walls for so many years, and then I switched whatever different jobs I've done. Lots, 100. I came back to framing and I was like nervous. I'm sorry. I'm camera hogging. Anyways.
But yeah, getting up there on that cliff edge, I started to remember some of the things that I remember about not being afraid of heights, because I was starting to push myself a little bit more. And I remember at one point we got to almost like the very top, and Ray convinced me to come back and over his way because I wanted to go a different way. It was the grassier side and it looked a lot easier to me. And but he convinced me to come to the more rocky, stony, shaly side of the mountain, and I went there and I tried it out, and I got to a certain point and it started to get windy, and I said, that's enough. I can't handle this anymore. It's like I pushed myself to my limits. And that's where Ray was talking about how knowing your limits, and if you have a good buddy that's going to help you know your limits, that you kind of accomplish that together. I convinced Ray back the other way, and we went the other way, and we kind of split up again because he went up the little bit more rocky side and I went down to like the straight grassy side. And as you see there, actually, I don't know if you can tell, but it was a lot steeper there where I was. A heck of a lot steeper. Like, it was pretty much.
The grassy side was harder than the cliff edge side.
But because I was walking on, climbing on grass,
it felt safer, and the wind wasn't getting you from that side too.
Yeah, no wind.
Sorry for keeping interrupting. This is not a monologue. This is the monologues.
Your face is a monologue.
Your face is a. Now we have to cut that off.